Outrage is reaching a boiling point in Stillwater as court documents show Jesse Mack Butler qualified for a youthful offender plan that would have him serve no jail time. The full conditions of that plan are sealed by the court, but according to additional records, Butler's youthful offender plan recommends he serve no jail time, have weekly check-ins as well as a curfew, and complete community service hours. This comes as both the judge and DA agreed to the defense's motion to certify Butler as a youthful offender. This decision left many confused and has resulted in misinformation about the case spreading to all corners of the internet. I spoke with Tulsa-based attorney James Worth, who says that a program like the Youthful Offender is important when it comes to minors in the legal system.
The Youthful Offender created a middle ground to where if you're in a, you're not 18 yet, but maybe you're 17, 16, 15, it goes all the way down to 13 depending on what the crime is. There's this middle ground to determine how to handle things.
But even those with an understanding of the case were confused by the events that led to the ruling. Worth says that's because many of the ins and outs of this specific case are lost in the details of redacted court records due to Butler's status as a minor in the eyes of the court. However, using police and court records, we can create a basic timeline of how we got here. According to the warrant for arrest filed with the court, 2 students came to the school resource officer at Stillwater High School to report a possible sexual assault. They were interviewed and their statements were used to obtain this warrant for arrest. Officers then arrested Butler at his home. Following his arrest, Butler was officially charged with 11 counts, including attempted rape, rape by instrumentation, and forcible oral sodomy. Worth says that in a case like this, there are a few options for the courts.
In Oklahoma, for a minor, someone under the age of 18, who is alleged to have committed a crime, there's 3 different avenues. Juvenile court, youthful offender court, and then as an adult.
Butler was set to be tried as an adult, but Worth says the defense team stepped in.
The defense team filed an application for reverse certification to move it down as a youthful offender, and then ultimately the court agreed with that position based on the agreement of both the prosecutor and the defense, so it became a youthful offender case.
Worth says that the court sentences in conjunction with the youthful offender program, allowing them to have a full viewpoint before making their ruling. And according to court records, this is when sentencing occurred.
When the court determined 7 to 8 years, it was done knowing it would be done as a youthful offender, meaning if you screw up, this is what you're looking at. You're looking at 78 years.
Worth says the court does this to apply some pressure to the youthful offender to make them stay on the right path.
When you go into a youthful offender program like that, particularly if it's a serious offense like this, you've got 2 different paths. You've got the path where there's rehabilitation programs that are successfully completed, and you've got the path where they're not. When they put somebody in that, particularly if they think that it's someone who with a serious offense, they want the weight of that adult sentence hanging over their head.
But this ruling has not done much to quell the anger felt by some members of the community. Ronald Durbin is a YouTube commentator and covers legal battles in Oklahoma. He says this is par for the course with Oklahoma's legal system.
If you find justice in an Oklahoma courtroom, you got lucky.
Durbin isn't the only one who feels that the legal system in Oklahoma has not served its citizens. Brandy White, executive director at Wings of Hope, a family and crisis service center, says that Oklahoma has a long history of underrepresenting women.
Women have not had great representation and have not had a voice for a long time in Oklahoma.
White also says that Oklahoma has one of the highest rates of these types of crimes.
Anywhere from 1/3 to half of all women in Oklahoma will experience either intimate partner violence or sexual violence at some point in their lifetime.
While legislation will help, Ellen Jensen, a counselor with Wings of Hope, says the community needs to recognize that leaving can be difficult for those in dangerous situations.
That's the reality that we deal with Oklahoma being at the top of losing women to abuse. We have got to normalize that it's not as easy as just getting up and leaving.
White says that it goes deeper than a mindset change and that culturally, Oklahoma needs a shift.
Women as property or objects has been part of our culture for a very long time. Children too, for that matter. And so, yes, systemically, culturally, we've got to change that.
While victims across the state wait for that change, many are left disappointed with the current structure of justice. As for Butler, he will remain in the youthful offender program until after his 19th birthday, at which point any additional punishment could be revealed. Reporting in Stillwater, Tyler Tripodi, The Daily O.